What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we'll be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as Bit.Tube to USD. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications. We are doing a giveaway at 5K, which is right around the corner. So make sure to be subscribed in order to win some Crypto TV merch. Otherwise, we're going to jump into today's episode. So we're going to be talking about some TA, obviously how the market is doing. And I did want to talk about Bit.Tube, that coin, which is actually doing quite well. I just recently heard about the exchange Bit.Tube, or the website that it uses. So similar to YouTube, it is a decentralized website platform that you can actually get paid out in cryptocurrency for watching YouTube videos, which is pretty awesome. As you guys can see, I've actually spent quite a bit of time uploading some of my videos, actually quite a bit in my opinion. So we do have quite a bit up here. So obviously a lot of people are checking it out. A lot of people are watching. Definitely take a look at it. It's pretty awesome. You actually get paid in crypto to be subscribed and to watch my YouTube videos. So it's pretty awesome. Definitely recommend checking it out. But just to move on, I do want to talk about the Tube coin, Tube to USD. As you guys can see, the current price it's sitting at is 6 cents, 0.063. And it was actually, when I first started getting into it about like a week ago, it was currently at like 0.04. So literally right around this level right here. Actually, I think it was right around this level right here. It didn't actually start to move up. So I did actually see the coin pop up above its high-low MMA, as you can see on the 4-hour, and then it started just to trade sideways on it and consolidate. And then I guess somewhere over here it just got a pretty big volume spike. I think it's becoming increasingly more popular, and you can see how it just took off in that movement. Now there is some sort of trend line that I'm actually noticing right now that I did not notice before. A very nice trend line right here. So we'll see if we can hold true to that. If we do, we're probably going to trade sideways for the next couple of hours into tomorrow, and then we'll see if we can continue to move up off of that. But zooming out to the daily, you guys can see that we were almost overbought. We were overbought, and we are currently now just trading sideways and getting back down into a more level-headed area. So I do think it's definitely a coin to be paying attention to, in my opinion. The fact that, to me, it really stood out kind of says a lot. So I do think you guys should get involved in it. You can literally get their tokens for free by literally watching or listening to music. So it's an awesome system they have set up. It's decentralized. Unlike YouTube, where you have to get over 1,000 subscribers, in this case, you literally just build a channel and you start making money instantly. So it's pretty awesome. Definitely recommend checking it out. So moving on to Litecoin. I know a lot of you guys have been talking about Litecoin and the potential that this has. And I do think there is a lot of potential within Litecoin right now. So I don't know why this keeps popping up. Okay, so you can see that we are on a trend line right now, and we are trading up slightly. We are on the daily right now, and I truly think the next price range we're going to be heading for is around $80-something, a little bit above 80, maybe $82. Obviously, there's going to be a few resistances on that way up. Obviously, there's going to be a $70 resistance, and then a $79 to $80 resistance if we can break up past that. Clearly, the reason I'm saying we should head to those price levels is mainly because we are starting to move up. I did not mean to draw that. We are starting to move up, and it looks like we're trying to head to the high-low MMA. I don't know why it keeps doing these lines. Okay, so you can see here that this high-low MMA is slowly starting to creep back down, but you can see the price looks like it's trying to head to there. And if it starts to follow Bitcoin, it should inevitably move up and retest that $80 level. So things definitely look appropriate in my opinion. Yesterday was another consolidation day. You can see that candle, we actually fell, I think, all the way down to like 64. We're back up to a little bit above 65. So things definitely look good in my opinion. I do think what the market needs right now is just some slight consolidation to ease out and level out. And then I think we should bounce off of this support and shoot right up to an $80 Litecoin. So it's definitely making me very excited. I do think we will be there very, very, very soon. Looking on the 4-hour right now, one thing I wanted to show you guys is how absurd this line is right here. So you can see the yellow uptrend that we had drawn on the daily, and you can see how much more clear it seems to be when we zoom in onto the 4 hours. So it seems like the price is bouncing off of this and following it quite nicely. And you can see that the high-low MMA was actually broken, and we used that as a support to bounce up off of it. You can see the resistance resistance we're facing right now at around $67, $68. So that's why I think we're going to trade sideways, regain support at this uptrend, and then try to break this ascending triangle. You can see how we were overbought, extremely overbought at $68, and that's why we did pull back down. But we're now actually in a very stable area to be. So I do think with that momentum, we should either consolidate and lower that relative strength index, or we'll just pop back up and retest that $68 level. But things are definitely looking nice. I think the bear market could potentially be over now. We are definitely looking nicer to see a lot of these paths being broken. A lot of these resistance levels, very, very, very strong resistance levels, have been broken, especially with Litecoin. That's my biggest one. You guys can see this daily Litecoin chart, and you can see what I'm talking about. This huge yellow downtrend was finally crossed over and broken, and I was anticipating it to be broken at 55, if not 50, and it seems like we've held 55 pretty strong. So similar to Litecoin, Bitcoin actually, I think Litecoin is following Bitcoin in a sense of what it's doing. I think it's a few days behind, but you can see how similar to Litecoin, or similar to Bitcoin, let's just go on to the I'm going to go into the daily for Litecoin and then zoom in really quick. So you guys can see how it broke the high-low MMA. Sorry, it broke the downtrend, and it's heading up to the high-low MMA. Similar to Bitcoin, it seems like Bitcoin actually already made it to its high-low MMA. So that's why I think Litecoin is going to follow in its footsteps. I think Bitcoin is big brother. Litecoin is what likes to follow Bitcoin. So I do think that this is foreshadowing the potential that Litecoin is going to do. So I do think it's going to move up to this region right here. And I do think an $80 Litecoin is in reach, and very, very, very soon will we see that. So something to look at on Bitcoin is we do have the uptrend right here. You can see we finally broke this resistance, this high-low MMA, and we're actually trading in between it now, which is quite interesting. Clearly, there's a resistance at $7,300 that it's holding very, very, very strongly. We did actually early on in today break above that $7,300 level. Currently, we're only $7,260, so we are a little bit lower than that. I do think with some consolidation tomorrow, we may be able to break that $7,300 and then finally retest that red band on the high-low MMA. Now, things do look quite nice on the daily. One thing that's starting to worry me is that we are nearing overbought on the relative strength index, so it's definitely something to pay attention to. We are moving up relatively quickly. Not to say it's impossible. The weekly on Litecoin and Bitcoin both hold plenty of room to move up, but on the short term or more longer term, Bitcoin and Litecoin do seem to be nearing a pullback if we continue to grow at this rate. But who wouldn't like to grow at this rate? In my opinion, you guys seem to make fun of me for that. I guess that's the meme of the channel. So let's just check out Ethereum. Another day of consolidation. Like I've been saying, this is kind of a dormant coin right now, but I do think it is a sleeping giant. I do think when Ethereum consolidates longer and we start to retest the downtrend, we could see a potential pop in the price and shoot right up to like that $420 very, very, very quickly. So be patient and definitely keep an eye on Ethereum. I do think there's a lot of potential this coin holds once it finishes its consolidation. So definitely pay attention to that. Lastly, just to wrap up today's episode, I did want to talk about the coin market cap. I know we have not talked about it in the beginning of this episode, but you guys can see the market cap is 236. We have a 24-hour volume of 12 billion and then a Bitcoin dominance of 52.9%. Literally no change as of yesterday to today. One thing to note is that majority of the market does seem to be down. There are some double-digit coins that are up, which is interesting. Monero up 10%. When Bitcoin is down, something to take note of. But for the most part, the top 10 coins all seem to be doing fairly okay. Really only down 1, maybe 2% at most. But Bitcoin Cash was up quite a bit yesterday, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's just consolidating right now. But only not even like Cardano, Tether, Litecoin, Bitcoin, they're all not even down 1%. The other ones are down maybe 1%. So nothing too bad, nothing to be worried about. I do think it's another day of consolidation. I do think we're going to trade sideways and we should see some nicer prices later on. But otherwise, that's going to wrap up today's episode, guys. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Make sure to check out my Bit.Tube channel if you want to get paid. Link in the description. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.